Okay, welcome everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the online. Okay, welcome everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the online webinar. Um, it's it's a seminar on thriving in tough times. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to you about how to get through times like this. We live in very unprecedented times, times that we've never seen before. But we're trusting that if we do the right things, we're able to position ourselves in a way that can take advantage of times like this. So I'd like to welcome you all to this webinar. My name is Othniel Moki. I am a senior consultant with IVEN Consult. I'm a business growth consultant. And what we do is we do business advisory and consultancy for governments and organizations seeking to grow in one way or the other. So we consult for government when it comes to revenue generation. We consult for businesses when it comes to strategies and solutions for sales and marketing, for customer experience management, for the acquisition of capital for projects, or if people want to increase their operational efficiency. So that is using systems and processes. So we're into process automation. So my goal today is to help point you or your business in the right direction, especially in times like this, and what you're going to do after COVID-19. So let's get into the good stuff. So I want to address a few facts at the very beginning. I want to say that in adverse times like this, important to note that we live in very unprecedented times. Never in the history of the entire world has everybody across the world been in a lockdown. Never. This is unprecedented times. Times where every economy in the world has been grounded to a halt. Businesses have all been forced to close shop and go home. Airlines have closed shop and have refused to fly. Governments have called for lockdown. Many people have lost loved ones due to this virus. Many people's businesses have come to a halt. Some entrepreneurs have outright lost their businesses, while others are struggling on life support. Some employees have been laid off. We truly live in dark times, and I'm here to point you in the right direction. So maybe serve as a lighthouse on this sea of life, or these storms that we're going through. Maybe to help be a light that you can see, maybe to be a lifeguard for your business. so that it won't drown in this sea of circumstances. I want to encourage you not to be despondent at this time. I want to um, advise advise you that we must have a tough mindset. We cannot do business as usual. In 1 week, many people lost billions all over the world due to coronavirus. So it would be foolish to think that you come back after coronavirus and just approach life the same way, or approach business things that would that are digitally oriented. But I can tell you, if this lockdown goes on for long and we don't know what other, God forbid, other viruses that will be released, you need to think about it. I want to first start by entering in and telling you that in adverse times, people always silently begging. They're begging for better solutions, for better answers, for actions that will grow them personally and business wise. In the marketplace, there will always be needs, crisis or no crisis. There will always be needs in the marketplace. There's always needs and desires. There will be anxiety needs that if you have a solution to meet those, you'll be in business, even though we're in tough times. People need to relax. There's meditation needs, there's health needs, there's stress reduction needs, there's those who would want to expand their knowledge in times like this. There's skill acquisition needs. I want people who are forced to stay at home have enormous time on their hands. People are bored. I'm seeing all kinds of, people are saying, the amount of pieces of rice in the bag, pieces of Indomie sticks, the Dangote, Indomie. Different people are expressing themselves and saying they are bored, they are bored, they are bored. So you can take advantage of a situation like this and bring them stuff that could transform and change their business. It could make the difference. Okay, welcome everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to the online webinar. It's, it's a seminar on thriving in tough times. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to you about how to get through times like this. We live in very, very unprecedented times that we've never seen before. But we're trusting that if we do the right things, we're able to position ourselves in a way that can take advantage of the senior consultant with IVEN Consult. I'm a business growth consultant. And what we do is we do business advisory and consultancy for governments and organizations seeking to grow in one way or the other. So we consult for government when it comes to revenue generation. We consult for businesses when it comes to strategies and solutions for sales and marketing, for customer experience management, for the acquisition of capital for projects, or if people want to increase their operational efficiency. So that is using systems and processes. So we're into process automation. So my goal today is to help point you or your business in the right direction, especially in times like this, and what you're going to do after COVID-19. So let's get into the good stuff. So I want to address a few facts at the very beginning. I want to say that in adverse times like this, important to note that we live in very unprecedented times. Never in the history of the entire world to a halt. Businesses have all been forced to close shop and go home. Airlines have closed shop and have halt. Some entrepreneurs have outright lost their businesses, while others are struggling on life support. Some employees have been laid off. We truly live in dark times, and I'm here to point you in the right direction. So maybe serve as a lighthouse on this sea of life, or these storms that we're going through. Maybe to help be a light that you can see. Maybe to be a lifeguard for your business, so that it won't drown in this sea of circumstances. I want to encourage you not to be despondent at this time. I want to advise you that we must have a tough mindset. We cannot do business as usual. In 1 week, many people lost billions all over the world due to coronavirus. So it would be foolish to think that you come back after coronavirus and just approach life the same way, or approach business the same way. You have to rethink your strategy, think your positioning. Many people were against digital transformation, were against doing things that would that are digitally oriented. But I can tell you, if this lockdown goes on for long and we don't know what other, God forbid, other viruses that will be released, or situations that can cause a lockdown in the whole world, you need to find a way to do businesses remotely. Whether you're considering it now or you're not considering it, you need to think about it. I want to first start by entering in and telling you that in adverse times, people always silently begging. They're begging for better solutions, for better answers, for actions that will grow them personally and business wise. In the marketplace, there will always be needs, crisis or no crisis. There will always be needs in the marketplace. There's always needs and desires. There will be anxiety needs, that if you have a solution to meet those, you'll be in business, even though we're in tough times. People need to relax. There's meditation needs. There's health needs. There's stress reduction needs. There's those who would want to expand their knowledge in times like this. There's skill acquisition needs. I want to, people who are forced to stay at home have enormous time on their hands. People are bored. I'm seeing all kinds of, people are saying, the amount of pieces of rice in the bag, pieces of Indomie sticks, the Dangote, Indomie. Different people are expressing themselves and saying they are bored, they are bored, they are bored. So you can take advantage of a situation like this and bring them stuff that could transform and change their business. They could make the difference in their business. I want you to also know in human life, people are rewarded to bring to the marketplace, the value they bring to the marketplace. And they're also rewarded for the problems they solve. If you have a problem, if you have a solution to people's problem, now is the time to talk about people who are not listening to you, or because they're in a state of mind that is not normal. They are open to it. IT solutions that people were not listening to, but can help. Now is the time. It may not even be an IT solution because their mindsets, their normal routine has been interrupted. They will listen to you. So I just wanted to say success favors servant hearts. So if you're somebody who is ready to serve, success is with you. Now, value is always different in a crisis economy than it is in a buoyant economy. And so you need to find out what people see as value in such a time, because people will always pay for value. So we need to find out what are they seeing value in this time, and then position ourselves in a way to be able to deliver that value. Adversity is the predecessor of growth for human beings, and history is replete with individuals who changed their fortune in crisis time. I'm talking about the Rockefellers, I'm talking about the Vanderbilts. Many of these people and the Carnegies and the rest of them built their fortune in the Depression time. Became somebody in very bad times. And so this could be your best platform. Bring forward, make a difference, and become somebody just from the opportunities and problems that you solve. So I want you to prepare to seize opportunity. Don't go into fear mode or panic mode. This is not the time to do that. This is the time to pivot, be resilient, and to grow. That's why we're bringing these things to you. I want you to have the mind that you are going to turn this adversity to viability. So you need to protect yourself. You need to make sure you don't get sick. You need to make sure you follow the social distancing, cleanse your hands often, you follow the requirements our leaders have said, so stay at home. You also, far beyond protecting your physical self, you need to protect your mind. You need to have a belief that you will figure this out. You will grow, you will evolve through this, situation. You will grow in skills and hobbies. You will grow your worldview, not just your awareness of the world, history, culture, and ancient things, but also, your worldview beyond. Just grow yourself, grow your skills, grow your hobbies, grow yourself. Grow your certainty that your loved ones will make it through this time. And also grow your certainty that you will figure out how to make yourself vital and viable no matter how this plays out. Don't cast away your confidence, because if you cast it away, you lose your reward. Opportunity favors the confident. So this time, this situation will be a foundation for growth for many of you. There's going to be new rules that we will have to adapt to. So be positive, be proactive, opportunities focused. Just be opportunity focused, and don't approach life in a reactive survival way. Position yourself, and you make a killing. So I wanted to say the trying times, the COVID-19 times, has affected people in different ways. When it comes to the entrepreneur, that's affected in two major ways. So it could be that your business has disappeared because of the times, or it could be that your business is still needful despite the times. Just these two broad categories. Now, if your business has disappeared because of the times, so what I'm saying is, if what you're offering is not what they're inclined to buy because of the times, then you need to be able to refocus on alternative realities, such as what are they currently buying? What are they in need of in the not so distant future? Education, retraining, sustenance, mental, psychological, intellectual, food, activity, engagement. What are they going to be in need of in the not so distant future? So you need to be able to refocus. So if you've just been put out of work as an entrepreneur, you need leadership and guidance on what you can do differently, and you also need guidance on what the market will buy and why. You need to know what the opportunities that exist in terms of what people are buying right now, in terms of education, training, emerging technologies. Look at things people would continue to buy that is connected to your product or service. Either things they would have bought before they bought your product, things they would have bought along with your product, things they would have bought after your product or instead of your product. When you look at it critically, then you can say, okay, maybe we should begin to create combination combo packs, so because you can repackage your products in ways that appears more valuable to your customer and bring the price lower. They may buy it. So these are things you need to begin to consider. In this time, many people in the lockdown mode will be holding tight to their money because they don't know how long it will go. So this is not necessarily the time. If you can make the money, sure, why not? But this is not necessarily the time to make the money. This is the time to increase your awareness in the marketplace. People didn't know about you. This is the time to also solidify your relationship with your buyers. Connect with them, fortify, bond with them, call them, WhatsApp them, keep in touch. Let them know you are there for them to support, contribute, as much as you can, and find ways to give people what they see as value. Consider bartering services instead of paying cash. Everybody is holding on to cash for services, and there's ways to do it, and we train on that as well. But today is not what we're going to be talking about. It's important that you find ways to give them what they see as value. A value could be another form of what you're doing. So representing your product in another way. It could be a different product or service combination. It could be allowing them to pay you much later. So it could be anything that but you have to find a way to listen to the marketplace. Listen to the marketplace is to find out what your competition is doing, to also find out what your clients are saying, their needs, their desires, their fears, what keeps them up at night, and thinking constantly, how can you be of service? because value, like I said, in times like this is completely different from the buoyant economy. So you need to find out what value means in times like this. Now, the second scenario is that your business is still needful in times like this. And if your business is still needful, I still want to advise you that you need to adapt to the crisis. You need to master delivering services virtually. The digital transformation is here to stay. There's nothing we can do about it. It has come to stay, especially in crises like this. It makes you realize that you need to master delivering some of your services. If it's training, whatever it is, you need to master delivering it virtually. You need to keep the relationship strong with current buyers and past buyers. You need to keep your relationship strong. You need to ask yourself, how can you maintain, sustain, and expand in times like this? So you need to ask yourself, what do people buy? Like I said earlier on, before, along with, after, or instead of what I sell. Ask yourself what opportunity. Ask yourself what opportunity is in this crisis. What is this crisis presenting to me as an opportunity? Because there's always opportunity. It could be opportunities to pivot your business. It could be opportunities that need filling, so of needs that need filling. It could be opportunities to consult for another business. Help them in times like this. Maybe they've given up. You help them get through the time, but just for exchange, profitable, and say based on performance, I will take a certain percentage if I help you guys. Some people will be welcome to it because they are distraught at such times. So the opportunities that need filling could be critical needs, could be discretionary needs, could be ancillary needs, could be entertainment needs. There are all kinds of needs even in this time. Netflix is on the rise, YouTube is on the rise. A lot of people are watching these things because they're at home. There's nothing to do. There are a few people that are still looking at their businesses, but there's some people who are just locked down in their minds too. So that's enough about the entrepreneur. Let's talk about the employee. So the employee, there's also two scenarios. You could either have been, laid off, your job was jeopardized, or you're still in employment. Many people have lost their jobs. So let's start with if you've lost your job. So let's see what you should do. The first thing I'll tell you is that you need a redirection. Maybe this is the best thing that could have happened to you. Excuse me. Maybe this is the best thing that could have happened to you. So my advice to you is that if you've been laid off, find a way to offer similar services to the one you were doing in the other company, new companies. But the new companies may need you at this time, especially if you can deliver your service virtually. Remember, one man's meat, another man's poison. They may have rejected you, but some other people may be looking for you. You have to get super good at using it. We also do trainings like this. I would advise you to grow your proficiency in what you currently do. Make yourself even more knowledgeable. Discuss on forums, connect with gurus like yourself, expand your knowledge. In times like this, I advise you get a new skill set, a new proficiency. There are all kinds of things you could do. You could get online skills and certifications, page, and pick up a new musical instrument. You can learn digital marketing, web design, e-commerce. There are all kinds of things that you can use to pass your time rather than watching Netflix. You can get certificates from Udemy, Coursera, LinkedIn Learning. The lists are endless. So it's really up to you what you do in times like this. This could, I keep on saying, this could be your best year yet. This time could, be your best time yet. Okay, let's move on. So we can also find ways to help entrepreneurs you in turn be helped. There's a saying that if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. A rising tide raises all ships. If you have a skill set in helping businesses cut their costs, offer this based on performance and percentage, based on increase in revenue or savings that have resulted from your consultancy. Just you can begin to get a percentage. You can even offer to buy off the business, on a prorated basis, as you continue to help them based on their costs. As you take your consultancy fee, when it meets up to the amount of how much they said they can sell the business off to you, then the business becomes, you can buy 2 or 3 or 4 businesses at times like this, and it just expands your reach, because many people are in desperate times now, they will sell cheaper. So just take advantage of times like this. So, and then of course take other people's products and services, market them in another category of the market that they have no idea of, but might need the product or service to. You need to be very intuitive. You need to give it much thought. Think of products that are not doing too well in particular categories, for which if you put in another category, do a great deal. It's a lot of thinking, but it's a time that you can really expand and blow up. So my advice is to you is, don't sit down, do not relax. One moment, I think something I may have missed that I want to tell you. Anyway, I think you get the general gist of what I'm trying to say. People need refocus. People need to, prepare themselves. I want you to ask yourself the following question: can I be retrained in a skill that the marketplace will want now or in the near future? Ask yourself, what can you do now that can forever alter the course of your life and your prosperity potential? Ask yourself, can you go to the other businesses that are frozen and figure out ways that you can help them sustain, their business, and make a share of the profit in exchange for your service? Payment of performance or profitability, especially if you're sure of yourself. Ask yourself, can I get access to products or services from companies that are totally disrupted by this crisis, and then help them sell it to other markets that they never thought of? Ask yourself, can you partner with companies, individuals or professionals that have services they need to render, especially if they cannot render it by themselves, or they don't know how to virtually or digitally. And you say, okay, how can I help them? Ask yourself, can you take your skill sets, partner with somebody, go online? Okay, an example of this is, let me show you. The idea is to look for gaps that needs filling. So you think like a middleman. So you might find somebody who has a great book but doesn't have a seminar with the book. Then you provide that other side in combination with his book. Or you find somebody with a great seminar but doesn't have a book. So you come in, provide that side too. Of course, you make a commission. Or you have somebody who has a book and a seminar, doesn't have a coaching program. You have to realize that book buyers are more prone to attend seminars. Seminar goers more prone to attend coaching programs, and vice versa. So you have to be the middleman to bring all those people together, and you can make a commission, a percentage out of the signage. And the bigger the person is, the bigger his crowd, more money you will make from it. So consider these things. So you need to just be the guy who's connecting dots in different categories. Like I was saying earlier, maybe a guitar teacher who does one-on-one training. but does not know how to take his products online, you can help them offer online trainings instead. Now it's no more one to one, but it's one to many. So the profit potential is much bigger. Or you can connect them with a vibrant online group or association of people who want to learn music. The permutations are limitless. And of course, with all this enablement you are doing, you're making percentages. So this is a time not to sit down at home and just chill, Netflix and chill, rather to do trainings for hobbies, for skill sets, business opportunities, and new service opportunities. Because people's lives are being redefined by this virus. This world will never be the same after coronavirus. I can definitely tell you it will never be the same. Okay. Moving on. So at this time, I want to share with you some remote working tools that we want to recommend. So remote working has a few challenges and it has a few merits as well. I want to talk about the challenges first. So a lot of people are ignorant about technologies to use to work remotely. Another challenge is that light and internet is a challenge in a part of the world. Another challenge is people find it difficult to unplug when they start working remotely. For example, your work starts at 9 a.m. When you find yourself working all the way to 10, 11, 12, midnight, because it's no more like you are leaving the house to commute to work. Do work and close by 4 or 3 and then come back home. Now the lines are blurred, so you have your laptop, you're connected, it's difficult to unplug. Then there's always the distractions at home, and of communication challenges because now you're not talking. So there are remote working tools that enable meetings. You can hear yourself, you can see yourself, but many times people also chat, and chats many times is emotional. You might write something and somebody may read it in another way, but in a way that you may not be meaning. So that's part of the challenges. But when it comes to advantages, it has a lot of advantages too, because your business doesn't need to go offline. Sorry, I mean your business does not need to go completely dead like many businesses have gone because their workers are not coming to work. You can continue to work things. You can continue to have the meetings that you generally would have weekly. Everything just continues. People can report on work to you. You can track the progress. You can do all kinds of things. So it is very advantageous. You can work remotely. You can be in the US. You can be anywhere in the world, and still be working. You can deliver and sign. You can do all kinds of things remotely. So I want to share a few tools. So I'm going to be going to my desktop in a very short time. But here are a few of the tools that you can use to work remotely. There's Slack, there's Microsoft Teams, there's TeamViewer, there's Basecamp, there's Teamwork Projects, there's Zoho Projects, there's Paymore, there's FreeCamp, and there's a number of other ones that are specific for lawyers. I want to share them with you. So I'll be going to my browser now so that you can see what I am talking about. So give me a few minutes. Okay, so we are on the browser. So the first one I want to talk about is Slack. As you can see, it says work from home. Slack brings the team together wherever you are. So with all of your communication and tools in one place, remote teams stay productive no matter where you're working from. This is a very, very important, tool. You can work from home, work from remote locations, and this is the site. So I advise you to check them out, slack.com. But if you don't have the skill set to put it all together, we can help you put it together. Okay, so not to waste your time, I'm moving on. The next one is Evernote.com. It's Evernote for business. It says bring your teams work together. It's also, it can help you work remotely. You work better together, keep moving forward. It's like a project. Would I say project management? The key thing is about working together, collaborating together, be able to get resources, together just by a search without having to go to this person's desk or the other person's desk. These things are hugely successful. Then there's Basecamp, and they also tout working all in one toolkit for working remotely. It says, get set up to work remote, and this is how it looks. One place, not all over the place. So these are tools that you can use. Maybe one of these trainings will demo one of them so that you can see how it works. TeamViewer, another program that we recommend. What it helps you do is it helps you connect from your system to another person's system and take over the mouse so that you can help them. If you are somebody who helps them install things or whatever you need to do remotely on somebody's laptop, and connect using TeamViewer and take over the mouse and do whatever you need to do. So it's a very good tool. And then there's Paymo. It's paymoapp.com. Also a remote working tool. I personally like this one. A very good tool. Then there's Freecamp. So if you're looking for something free to use, this is one you can use. Your team needs a better way to stay organized. So it's something you can use. Let me scroll down so you can see calendar, discussions, milestone, issue tracker, time. Collaborate on the go, and their mobile apps. That it works with too. So really cool stuff. Then there's Legal Panthers. We're looking for remote working tools for the legal industry too, because we have some clients that are lawyers, and this can help you. You can go, it does billing, it does calendaring, it does issue tracking, it does matter tracking, it does invoicing, it does all kinds of things. So this is a very good tool to also use. Then there's My Case, which is also for lawyers. Run your law firm from anywhere. So it's trusted by thousands of law firms, a complete case management solution. So this is a good one. There's even a free trial. Then there's Clio. Yes, I'm in Nigeria, but Clio is clio.com/UK. Just run your law firm from home. So this is also another very good tool. And finally, there's rocketmatter.com. So these are all wonderful tools used to work remotely for your law firm or for your business. It all depends on you. Of course, you can also use Google Drive for your collaboration and sharing files. You can use your WhatsApp to chat, or you can use Team Viewer. Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is a tool that we currently use ourselves for our meetings, for sharing our files, for keeping track of anything that happens in the office. So we haven't actually missed, all we miss is the commute and the traffic, but we've not really missed anything. So at this time, I want to thank you for joining us on this call. If you would have any questions, you could put it in the chat, or you could reach out to Steven, who called you, and then we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time. It has been a pleasure bringing this presentation to you. I trust and believe that we will continue to deliver services. Every Wednesday we'll continue to bring trainings to you just to help you survive in times like this. We're here to make you profitable. So let us know if there's any challenge at any particular time, and we'll be more than happy to serve you. I wish you the best. So I come your way next week Wednesday. Stay blessed.